Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Mjaifani and welcome to another episode of the Vendor Podcast. You know, this is a special edition. It's a special edition because I'm sitting down with the outgoing president of Techniven, the Bembe TVET College, Makwarela campus. He's here to share with us his journey in the office of the president. So, welcome, man. Welcome. How's it?
I'm good, and you?
I'm very good. I know you personally. We are relatives. Basically, you're my brother. So, for someone out there who doesn't know who you are, where you come from, can you please give us the background? Who are you and where you come from?
I am Namangwale Martin, well known as Makwarela. I grew up in Dolly, where it founded Njale. So I know but was done sorry in one other guy, maybe a lot of people they don't know the guy. They don't think one area in a very rural. But when that's also was about.
You know, now that you mentioned that you're from Doridori, I know Doridori. I've been there a lot of times. It's in the outskirts of Venda. It's far. After Doridori, it's sides of Comere, smoking. Now, coming from such a place that's very rural, and you managed to come this side and convince people that you can lead them. Because we know there isn't much political activities happening in Doridori. So I just want to know, when did the political bug bite you? When were you introduced into politics, basically?
I just came this side and realized it doesn't mean where you're from. Being an African compatriot made me realize a lot of changes, even though it's a determining worry of guy what I mean. So then that's the realize when I bang wanengangi to chimbira robudi out of that thing by the leader zone is weak, by the way.
Yeah.
So and that one of ours EFF was not popularity. Yes, popular. Then since our president you deploy on the EFF, so I told EFF in the way for the organization in never people belong as a P.
Okay. No, like my interest was like, what influenced you to join politics? Since like you joined politics, when was it?
I joined politics when I arrived here.
Which year was it?
It was 2018.
2019. Okay, so you were introduced in politics in 2018, and then when did you become the president of this institution?
I became the president of Makwarela campus in 2021, but I was on the ground force recently.
Oh, before that you were in the ground force, and then I guess people saw the potential, so that you can lead them, and then...
Yeah, I saw the students struggling to obtain their bursary.
Okay.
When it comes of the sports t-shirts. In fact, there were a lot of incompetence in Makwarela campus. Okay. So I have realized already now I can bring some changes.
Okay, so they were incompetent. Okay, I want to ask, was it the incompetence of the political organization that was running Makwarela at the time, or was the incompetence of the people who were in charge at the time? Because there's a difference. There can be an incompetence of the organization as a whole and the incompetence of individuals who are elected to be in those positions.
No, those leaders who were leading us recently were fighting, but there were incompetence in all departments in Makwarela campus.
Which political organization was running before you?
The EFF.
Was the EFF?
Yes.
So when you came in, was there restructuring, or you just had to deal with the people who were incompetent and made them competent?
Yeah, our leaders were believing in strike. So the mover in some fashionable way, you're in to approach and about convince and about sorry, I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they do as I please.
I hear what you're saying, but the issue of strike, comrade, it's very, I can say it's relevant, because sometimes our leaders or people who are responsible for, let's say, handing out money or giving us the resources, or yes, those people, sometimes they don't listen if you talk to them in a humanly manner. So if you are on the ground, you mobilize, then they start engaging with you in a manner that you want to be engaged in. So the issue of strike, that's just my opinion. I wouldn't rule it out completely because it works. I remember 2015, 16, during the Fees Must Fall era, I was there. They listened. After we burned down a lot of buildings, a lot of things. Not that I'm promoting destruction of property or anything of that nature, but these people sometimes they don't listen, and you got to act for them to listen. It's just my opinion, by the way, but yeah, you can proceed.
Yeah, it's very paramount importance to convince the management that students are experiencing a certain dilemma. So after that, you can premeditate a plan if they are not responding you. But I was addressing the issue. Then that's also going to strike because of not was directly or when I was calling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not always you're done a strike. Those people
I hear you.
Yes. So if what must go convince a certain thing within 5 days about I don't see I don't anticipate any problem. I
get that, but in most cases, especially in the student community, there's a channel that you follow to raise your problem.
Yes.
Obviously, the student will raise the problem to the SRC. The SRC will take the problem, the issue to the management. That's a proper channel of what do you call them? A command.
Yeah.
You get me? So you will submit the memorandum to the management, listing all your grievances. What then if the management doesn't respond? That's my issue. But when you were lucky, I don't know if they were scared of you, or maybe you just knew how to massage them to a point where they would just give in whatever you wanted in the time that you wanted it. You get my point?
Yes, I get your point.
Yeah. So I understand that. I understand that. So I want to know: were you an EFF commissar before you came here, or you joined the EFF when you got here?
No, the EFF approached me once I arrived here.
Or they approached you?
They approached me.
So you joined the EFF through the EFF Student Command?
Yes. So those comrades they won't approach once they just wake up on not because of Daniel 20 days or school just then that one ground force.
Okay.
Then the following year I work a company where then I wasn't interested. I found it tedious or when they joined and they were a member of SRC. Yeah, then I've completed my diploma in record time. Then I don't register in my diploma. Then after that, there is this thing you're when I was serious.
Okay.
So management kuita nga lufuno lwavo lune vapfuri ezvinhu vanyango zvichichimbidza in this way. So I've decided ndinambe ndive president, which was elected by the EFF. So
okay, just to deviate a bit, just tell me 2 things that are in the founding manifesto of the EFF that resonate with you, that made you know what, I'm joining this organization.
Please pardon my suspense.
No, like two things that are in the manifesto of the EFF, or the founding manifesto of the EFF, that you resonate with, things that you say, okay, I'm joining the EFF because they stand for this. You know, there's free education, there's the land, and the blah blah blah. You name them. I just want 2 of your own that made you join that organization, because there's a lot that the EFF stand for.
Yeah, EFF, where we have a congruity, each and every year we bring the forth, they change. Okay. This thing, if it means war to end war for peace to prevail, we were not shaken. So EFF stand and I don't know so worry zikoto dandwai and we're going to pay that ndwa ni abone mukati ya management na chikolo everybody's coming amrao.
They fought those ones. Those ones they fight. Okay, I hear you. Now the following question would be: did you achieve all the mandates that were set out for you in your tenure of office?
Yeah, I think I've achieved a lot. Okay. But even those who we achieved because of this thing of Corona.
Okay.
But because of net control everywhere, but COVID year kakisa somehow. Then make sure when you call register in time, they are receiving what belongs to them, like finger, and this thing of laptops and Wi-Fi your campus in. We're going to utilize Wi-Fi. Because of Wi-Fi, I'm going to do more motoni. I'm going to do the foreigners. You tell me call when we're going to utilize. We're going to generate the model. We're going to Google information. So I make sure as also that because one unlike the sports, because of sports was also suspended in due course. Or you're watching out COVID and this thing your graduation you're bad because of Rasmus kono obtain this thing social distance to graduate and then see the visual because of chikolo cha prana chitu to update kama mafungo system so next week nyana.
I hear you. Now you mentioned the laptops and there was a hoo-ha about this laptop things. Can you tell me the story behind the laptops? Was it your initiative to have students, getting laptops, or was it initiated by the previous leadership, and then you just came in, and then, in fact, you're there at the right time, you're at the right place at the right time, and then people got laptops. So just tell me the story behind that. What happened? How did they get the laptops? And then did everyone get the laptops?
Yeah, the laptops. I've addressed the students recently. It was earlier April. I told them they will inherit their laptops after June. Okay. So the thing was laptops that's cover NSFAS directly so. So already kono bana zi delays zi displacement za chelede. So mbona na zi delays za laptop za chitaba one.
Yeah.
So I have initiated already. I've intervened whenever one of the laptops more especially those who were returning students because of they were accruing their bursary since maybe 2018, 20 what. So what has bursary no since then and it's part time. Now make sure many so I want laptop now. Ila laptop we yanga NSFAS ya kwambori. As long as I'm trying to find last year and I got to find what this year, they won. but there are these people when they register at the same year. So I'm going to show uri nga first department has laptop ichida. So make sure uri hafu ya watu wachifandiwa marau wawane laptop zao. So mbona unasa number 2. Na wachifandiwa what that this year. Number hapa zone and then laptop azongwema. I was communicating with the project manager laptop was one for this year, but if I can say Duri, I have intervened or a laptop and other thing. So this was the data because of data over storing and then I decided and the next was very short.
Okay, nah. I just needed to hear the story behind that because there were a lot of hearsays about the story of laptops. Apparently, the previous SRC was the one who initiated the program, and then you just find yourself at the right place at the right time for the laptops to be handed out, and now you're claiming the victory and the glory. But if you get it, you're telling me this now, I get the context. You get me? I get the context.
Yeah.
So now that there was this thing of laptops where you were, now I'm always on social media, but people talk. So I want to know, how do you deal with public scrutiny, because people are always saying bad things about your style of leadership. Sometimes they will even attack you personally on your social media account. How do you deal with that? Because hey, it's a lot. If just looking from a distance, it's a lot.
Yeah, no. I was a comrade of the people, so I was close to anyone. The one sato wamtwana the distance and about even dokana one. Then I know I'm trying about useless. So udorana about wanjisai, especially uka leadership. It's very problematic. Mara ne atungo zibona zoraro. But the women, whatever, you know, our trouble never whatever shaka, but criticize or bad. But when it comes to career life, social media just check. But when it comes to career life, abazu eating. Maybe I should tell our women it was going to give up for maybe because bad. But don't insult with whatever the waiters on previously. Can I? So never on a zone. Mara, what it was just we was going to relax. More especially which will save the interest of the students. So
they would quote it or ni only motivate or ni shumese ngabanda or nzongo focus and control. But sometimes Joe they get personal. That's my issue with that. Maybe I take it way too personally because I know you personally and we are related and all that. Because like sometimes like this man is being attacked, and then what is going on here? But if you put it in that way, I understand and I get that.
Yeah, I mean I didn't take it personal because I know there is this thing you know like maybe what promise or check the generally.
Sure.
So I wanna delay colon. So somebody wanna to attacker all the way just because of it was somewhere like such a level elapsa maybe it's very because Baba nobody and nobody.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. So now I want to ask this question. It's personal. It's personal in the following sense. When you are in leadership, there are people who will get close to you just to use you because you are in a position of influence or the position of power. I'm referring to fake friends. Yeah. People who were not there when we were still in the ground, but now that you are you are the president of this big institution. How did you deal with those, or did you encounter situations like that where there were people who were just your friends to use you and then you find out at the later stage?
No, I'm not a lumpel. I was having friends, but when maybe over since then, the bankana.
So you.
Abana maybe even the weather because of a certain position, and then when you go misuse Amanda because of the people were closing them.
Yes,
I was also realize just within a week, whenever to enable the Sundays, then as wanted. Listen and those people are quite as well, but I know those I want to reclaim what but when maybe what the not about what the way.
Okay, that's actually smart to actually see that, okay, these people are here now because I have this position, and there are these people who have been there for me when I was still struggling or still in the ground,
Yeah.
and they're still here even when I'm in a position of power, and they're not trying to misuse my power for their own personal benefit. I think those people are people who understand the mandate of being in this chair that you're sitting in right now, as the president. So yeah, that was actually smart to actually notice at the later stage, and then you cut such people off because we don't need such people in life. Yes. We don't need such people in life. Now, let me ask you this question. I don't know if you will be comfortable answering me this question.
Yeah.
And I will ask this question on the basis that I was once myself in a position of leadership.
Yeah.
Back in 2018, but it was not as big as yours. I was the leadership at RES when I was still in TUT, and then. Once everyone knows that you're in a position of leadership in the student community, girls just throw themselves at you, man. I'm talking from experience. So when I was the president of the institution, I was just a member of the committee. Like, it was a committee of 10 people, and my portfolio was maintenance. I was supposed to be the chairperson, but it didn't go as I planned, because we agreed that they were going to vote me chairperson when we get there. They voted someone in, but I was okay with it. So I wanna know, how did you deal with this, where girls were just throwing themselves? I know they were doing it. Don't try to deny it. I know they were doing it. I just want to know how you dealt with it, because it can be destructive at times, because you'll be getting a lot of attention from different girls, and then sometimes it's just difficult to resist temptation. You are human.
Yeah.
Yes. So I just want to know, or you can even tell us a story of something that happened if you're interested. It's not compulsory.
This thing of girls, it has dented my the whole year, my career, by the way. So Zongitori, this campus here, Darangaman, and more especially the SRC. So I was dating a woman, Kambore.
Sure.
So I was getting a lot of attention from different people. Zongitori sort of focuses on more then but even those are Tiangori Miabana Sarachwanga a joke from Kabatu.
Sure.
To try your PHP even though that Marai if you that position what a problem is dependent on the Farsan. So man, don't try and because of us. Yeah,
me still a president.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good.
The first lady stood there and
first lady.
Yeah, then
sure.
The rest, it's a history.
Okay, no. So Valentine got a heads up for and then your regalia is ready. So I hope you did the right thing. You did the right thing by that woman who were there for you, even when things were not favorable for her to be in with you. So and the issue of bursaries, I think we touched on it, but I don't think I'm satisfied with how you engaged on that issue. The issue of funding, it's of national importance, it's not only happening in this institution, it's not only happening in Univen, it's happening across the country, across all institutions. So now I just want to know, what is it that you have planned, since you see that this thing occurs every year? Every year there's a problem of funding. Every year there's a problem of funding. And I don't know why it happens every year, because if it happened last year, obviously you must have planned for it. Okay, it had such and such happened last year. So for us not to encounter the same thing, we must have a plan in place.
Yeah.
So like, what are the plans that you guys have in place to avoid such things again?
Yeah, I have exerted my energy. But I was in Ogog with the Department of Finance.
Hey, when I'm gonna use big words, I'm gonna, oh, what is Ogog?
I mean, I was not excited. I wasn't excited. I apologize.
No,
yeah, then that's what I'm writing a department here.
Sure.
The way the operator now, because of the procrastination, the delay, the disbursement is the call.
Sure.
So I thought at least na date into your Richard January. Arcon is 25 must be 25 because of RR coffee now. I mean, this month's child Jana was 27, next month Jana was 15. So you're confused.
Yeah, I'm going to want to plan or okay, budget hang we set up on this date, on this date.
Yeah, kind of then the discussion I will also then so something that was over one. I want this thing you're maybe child elapse a certain month, maybe you September, Jananga, November, you know. So, yeah, it's very problem because we never zura the reasons in rent monthly, and it was naturally then. About the stories, different stories, kana happen there who end up at uwana afia na landlord, and I don't think it was right for when I was called because of are the ones already landlord or maybe some desires to worry personals, but I know it was just because of wasn't a plan in a certain time.
I hear you. The last question on this issue of funding. What do you think is the problem? Is the problem with the department or with the problem with the, because like the department obviously allocates money and then that money goes through different channels up until it gets to this institution. Do you think that the problem is the department or the problem is the money encounters problem along the way? Or do you think your office of finance is the one that are not competent? What do you think is the problem?
No, I've once said, Kore, the money must stop controlled by the institution. Because actually control the institution, I have no problem. I send each other in time. It's very true. Child send work institution. This is not worry. I'm very aware guys. Child send work institution. You know is actually in differences. So aranga kono unravel that problem you are child is not send work institution. NSFAS it send child directly. Come on call. No them song I mean. For no campus in always have a shortage as a book.
Sure.
I want a shortage as a book. It's because of NSFAS we send a child institution ya deduct tuition fee ya rengazi book. Then the change ya kono nipa zone. And then nipa zone ngachipinga chayo chine bakofa kufuna ngacho. Now I'm in need of money. Then go bad rent ya rengazi liwa but atina child de chipinga. Then problem in Ravanayo record your maybe national kana mother body or fight to remain. Child is not just send work institution. Ito jana kamwana directly. I don't want to renga book. Arenga book nga child ya ayanenge bookshop asko renga book. Rather than mtu asko renga book with 45 rand because of it cheap and then we are sana change. Also renga book ne information yone you find it oxam or Suzanne Astanga and like information is useless. but I know I just because of the thing now no pack book and the information never going to be irrelevant. So but when the kushmana about last now they are very aware already. Walk one at the ones book within the information yaw and lecture ko dana information yaw and lost with you. Lecture ko funza ngani teacher's book. So zenza kufunzwa ngaphala zombori zikosta bano remini one is the study guide is very expensive and angasida pano ni pay at the items copy because of the same people that are holding remini kotamsa stationary but it's our stationary most.
Hey, that was one part I didn't get on State University. Okay, you said these facilities are for me to use, and then when I use them I must be blocked. Sometimes I need to pay this and this. It's how the system was structured, and then there wasn't much I could do about it. I just needed to do what I needed to do at the time and then move on. So are you implying that there's this corruption activities going on when you say you want the money to go direct to the student and not to the institution? Because like you see, you alluded, they go buy books that are not relevant to the syllabus, and then you'll find that they are buying those books because they are cheap. They want to remain with the change.
Simple.
So
my question was, why should they buy us book? Because of Nera there was already a PU.
Yes.
Right now, that book. But when you go down as book, maybe one class in 150, because one got 1250. It's so tedious.
I was not aware of that. This is my first time hearing this. I was not aware of that because every student, every learner has the right to have their own book. Like I don't know about 1250, but now book class and then in 175 at that time. What do I do?
Yeah, that's a problem. So now last the semester, the whole semester, it's not book but they have managed to pass. Mara, this are fun road. I'm genius. They are corner. I mean, that's one don't mean book is equivalent to the rest of us now. But I don't want to talk about studying a book when I mean as an aywe. Some story I talk about better book and more mood and the mom transform una ushimana.
So you guys don't buy book to pack it with the book?
To pack it with the book.
Well, this is the first time hearing this because now I know anyone who's at a tertiary institution, they buy their own books.
Yeah.
They just tell you which they prescribe study material for that semester or for that trimester or for the whole year, and then you go fend for yourself until you get that book. But let's just
as I'm speaking, the contention is still persisting. Never not one of the book. So one actually one book, but in CV, one book LO. And that subject is very problematic.
Cannot happening in this institution.
It's okay.
No, this is not right of it. But they're compromising that child.
Yeah.
They are depriving that child of her right to education. Because now, instead of stressing, okay, I'm studying this thing and then I'm not understanding it, I'm not grasping it. They're stressing, where am I going to get this book? And that's an unnecessary stress.
Yeah.
No, that system needs to change. System needs to change, and I don't know who came up with that system, but I was talking in high school, got to pack it as a book. Book and report. What is that?
Yeah, but our previous are maybe over N6. Or theory, I will be a book N6 or all N6. I can't want a book. And the God of the Tangle phone or Angaran Pamum to book. As it's not to read, then they book young and the Pamum.
And if I have personal problems with you, because they will rebook, I may just sit with that book till the watch effect.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The money must be stopped being wielded by the institution.
Nah, man, this system is garbage, man. It doesn't make sense. Whoever came up with this system, we
have addressed these people on the year before the preceding year. This thing you're when you control or Richard Chitsani and Rangani book that are useless, it won't work.
Nah, man. Do you see where the strike come in now?
Yeah.
You see where the strike come in now? I agree. Now you say you address them nicely. They look now. They're not giving what you want. That is why now you need to bend things so that they can listen. As I said before, I'm not encouraging destruction of property, but if you just chant and sing and stop the proceedings of the academic proceedings, they will listen to you. They will listen to you. You just chant the whole day. You stop everything. There's no class proceedings. There's nothing happening. You tell them, we want this thing to stop now. Because as you said, there are people, there are students who haven't received their books now. Yeah. Require come March next week. The academic year has begun already, but there's someone doesn't have books, and you promise to them packet the book instead of giving them money so that they can go find those books themselves. As a tertiary student, you are responsible for your own studies. Now they want to be responsible for your studies now.
Yeah.
Now they want to be responsible for your studies, because there are people who are smart enough to, for example, you and your compatriots, one of you guys buy one book, and then let's say if you don't want to buy the book, you go make copies. Yeah. From that book, and then you saved money.
Simple.
But how can you do that if you haven't received that book now? You can even contribute and buy one book, and then all of you make copies. And then all of you benefit from that book. But how can you do that if you don't have that book? Now, come on, this system is it's wrong, man. It's wrong. No, it needs to be looked into. And then I just hope there's someone out there who can intervene and help these students with these issues, because it seems like on their own they're not succeeding. It seems like on their own they're not succeeding. So my man, I just hope you have another strategy to deal with these people, because this thing of talking, it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah,
I think it works when the situation is convenient for them.
Yeah.
But now they're compromising the convenience of the students.
Then one problem lately let me say maybe SRC 2020 to repress a message, to repress message from the management. But the way in the system they don't do anything. But the way system coffee system is down, I'm not doing registration, but the address and that's all. So then maybe wanna link your what about the word but the tongue of so I just hope I'm going to challenge that issue. I mean, child is not to send you institution. So, our child is sent to institution. We now decide or no, it's fine. Institution in about 13,000. Not requiring a book that plus minus. So, whenever I assume maybe 5,000 it don't drop out. So, that's what ask me. Can I tell whatever kind of whenever for about the Pakistan kind of share? It's not their problem. Whenever about us a problem, I'm not sure disparate when it comes the advantage. You see that?
Joe, you know what's said or what's painful about this whole story is the fact that this institution is run by black people. Yeah. So these people are doing something so absurd, something so painful to their own fellow black people. And these people, some of them are parents, and they're doing this to you guys. They have kids, but they're doing this to you guys. Yeah. Wow. I wonder what happened to our conscience as black South Africans. It seems like we don't have conscience anymore. We are driven by, we think with our stomach. Yeah. People think with our stomach. And as for the SRC, the previous SRC, as you mentioned, they will just address things as they are. They don't challenge the management, they don't challenge the system. So in most cases, when such things happen, you will find that those people are eating with management. I'm not saying that's what happened, but when we have situations like that, those people are sleeping with management. And it's very difficult to open your mouth if you're going to open your mouth and then someone put money in it. You're not going to open your mouth because your back is against the wall now. You open your mouth, they're going to Chief, I thought we eat slabs with you, so you're incriminating yourself, and then you're going to keep quiet. Yeah. So those are not the type of leaders we want. We don't want such leaders. And I don't know, man.
No, we have a problem in this institution. They deprive the student information. They know Arabana student information. Student information is SRC a problem. Whenever we cover the information or we have such problem. The information is decided then as planning out. But since 2019, someone on this draft time where Momra SRC from Norway, then we authorize all of them, and they don't know how they show even know. Worry, who can advance individually so, and no one knows the rules. Since the one was funny, Nori, Ngasi Itenix.
Like who wrote that? Who came up with that rule?
The rules that the sign on nga CEO na warabura.
Yeah, but what my point is, the CEO does not campaign. He has nothing to do with campaign. How come you set out rules of something that you're not going to participate in?
Yeah, then that's why Kambore. That is Jennifer Ronnie Lamla in a sign. Somebody SRC 2019 Dion and Nebori Dengari. You sell the struggle of the students because of Ella and rule. Then I issue Mananas. In our Tamba Pezurmini, you are just a student.
You can, I get you say they sold the struggle. You can buy that thing back, chief. You can challenge that thing. Like, no, this thing is not going to work.
Yeah, that thing, yeah, too. Somebody, I don't know what about benefiting from.
My guy, let me tell you something. We're not living in the apartheid era anymore, which we have the right to challenge systems that are not favorable to us. If you see that this thing is depriving me of my right to campaign, you can even go to the IEC website. You will see all the rules that need to be followed when you're running a campaign.
Yeah.
Those rules must apply here. They're not selective. Any form of election. Even they can follow those rules. They are for everyone. So, like, how come a decision as big as this, they are just omitting those rules and then form their own rules?
Yeah, that constitution.
Okay. By the way, which organization oversees your elections? Again, we know nationally the IEC.
Yeah.
Yes. Which organization oversees your preside over your elections? Because there needs to be an independent structure that oversees your elections, your electoral committee.
No, it was IEC, but
it was the IEC.
IEC in Ayawarime. Jiwa anepanga within our campus. Maybe in New York, not I'm going to SRC. Then what Nanga one for Niana interested, then about Najina IEC. So it's also very. It's very awesome.
It's wrong.
Very wrong.
It's wrong. I might be. How do I put this? I might be a silent supporter of the EFF, of the SASCO, DASO, PASMA, without wearing regalia. Knowing very well I support this struggle.
Yeah.
And then when they're looking for those people who are going to count vote, they're going to preside over the elections, and just knowing very well that I'm going there with the mandate of compromising the vote.
Yeah.
There needs to be someone who's not from this campus.
Yeah, that's the problem. Because constitution maybe the students, the supporter maybe SSS and candidate I'm going to a role for more than 2 years. The role just a year, just because of me. You know, Jananga Palangangum, no one experience more. Somebody next 10 kokosa. So
you know what to say and when to say it and who to say it.
Yeah, so they are very clever. Who doesn't mean one of the Udajena, Zombor Udotani after 8 months, was 2 months just story. So
you mentioned SSS. What? Even in TT, there was this guy. That guy was such an embarrassment. He was, his name, I forgot his name. He's Chwanchawa Chacha Queen. Was SSS. what's the duty of that it's, I don't know if it's an institution or what part of, it's not part of SRC, ne?
The former party.
I still don't know what Triple S is even today. I just know, okay, that guy is called Triple S.
Student Support Service.
Student Support Service.
Yes.
Yeah, but that guy was drunk. He was not supporting anyone.
No, those people watch what on a convener kai. You tell them the problem. Or it's a problem part. So it might happen it's a problem as I is as custody. So
and they get paid. Does Techniven have races, like
no,
internal races?
We don't have races. Whenever we do the body outside the campus.
Is there any reason why?
Last year no gumojefe when I'm on quite on tuning outside ngom campus and na hall and now check or races ngaba guy but is more than 5 years or the rest of especially mranga panda wana chikolo so every day uchiko for bana bojeneliwa bwatakiwa bojeliwa laptop and it's very problem because of safe and over safe. I once heard, so I just needed a confirmation from someone from this institution. Or Techniven does not have their own internal races, and then Banabachikoro they always go down to Ohira outside. Sometimes in the one we have. Oh, right. No one the class time we feel late. Kana nina group work. Ngodo to late. Ngodo chimbra bada. It's not safe. No, it's not safe at all.
Cause like banabako rape you every day.
Yeah, that's the class that's called anga wuma 6 o'clock and it was Junior dozori.
Imagine.
One about sick bad. They're not one of those just because of kule outdoor. Maybe I more 500 just because of just story. Naturally, they never want to save about the Rangara Zulia. But now, one net or receive just 1,000 monthly, 1,000 about the rent and Gazuli or somebody to the chairs of it. About you want to put with cheap. Now, want to afford.
I don't want to put cheap somebody, you need to compromise your safety at some point.
Yeah, and then you go to travel food. Imagine, you go to the Techniven, go to the said as bars and like. Ndio no chimbira bad zombo au na rufi kuna emergency came zombo au no maybe wo library ngakona bala zombo ziresen warasiwa bad because of mtudeni zondo bade yes
and those races as governing institutions so awuna milayo mona mungu dazina fako to dazona
wako dazina fako funa nazo
and then rona watu obva una kubva wona nganyemele mu visa wona kunya mu visa wona adi khwinifadze adi equipping information ngapfunzo akona khwinifadza butshilo hawe but wow.
Yeah zvitor na pass rate yapano ibe that's why odresa to part time ana mtana ngaphasa like arali atkozela phethu nadzolo na phosho like dori awuna library unofanga balo dzolo neto mtu so bado blame arina future inu ya anko encourage abantu uri baite zvachikona mina and it's not my problem when I attend to because reseni apa ndia none ngomuntu ndozo anando badela bende mini
and that's come mongo or badela
achamba ngo and sometimes ngozo reseni ne azira batho bona shuma and zomba ari ina ba stranded ngokuti approach approach someone but in return of something.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it's this. I'm being a feminist now. It's tough being a girl child in South Africa. You know, we always hear stories of girls who were raped, who were killed, who are marginalized on a daily basis. Now it just makes this situation worse because it's happening in the institution of learning, where these kids are supposed to equip themselves with knowledge, equip themselves with education so that they can be better for themselves and better to the society. But how are they going to be better to the society if they have a stress or okay, 7, 7, I need to walk maybe a kilo. Anything might happen to me. And the institution is not doing anything about that issue.
So, something like that. Maybe when we general, I mean, this was almost 1 month more. So I don't know, maybe I have a boutique or what's the penny. Because if in a scenario, whenever generally you are, with the minimum, whenever repair, so the boutique or two in that way. So
they don't care because it's one of our body.
Man, I don't know. Ararati, Dagadandari, Banabatu Makwarela. Our deregister, whenever Bokoshumami.
I was so too. Because it's it's tough. It's tough. Because being South Africa sometimes it's a daily struggle.
Yeah.
It's a daily struggle. You as a black man, as a black child, you struggle before you can get whatever it is that you want. Now you're struggling to get education, proper education. But we were in 1976 so that we can be educated. But now it's still difficult for people to get proper education. Akuwa the bugu, au na the rese, bana wako chimba masiku, bana wako binyiwa, bana wako generiwa. And how do you expect mutolo or generiwa to just relax, abe focus the cars near the bucket as well? Let's say una the bugu zote wafu never or our safe a generiwa. Uyo focus on. It's impossible.
Yeah, very impossible.
It cannot happen. It's practically impossible for that person to just focus on their studies up until
yeah, it's cost a bad worry. Maybe 1 or 2, maybe as the years also generally. As for Ferracino Genio, somebody wanted to cost the jury at the register and there's Lazumba. And
education is a right in South Africa, by the way. You have a right to be educated.
Yeah.
But they're depriving you of that right. I just hope someone intervene and deal with these issues. I don't know who that might be, but I just hope someone out there who can confront these people can intervene and do something about this issue, because it's disheartening, it's absurd, it's painful. Because I'm a black child as well. I go through these struggles as well. I went through them. 2016, 2015, 2016, we were almost arrested, fighting for the same cause. But it seems like that fight was for nothing, because we're still facing even bigger problems now.
Yeah.
As I said, I just hope someone can intervene. As we go closer to the end of this conversation, what are some of the mistakes that you had made that you would encourage an aspiring leader not to make? Because you were new in this, you didn't know what you were doing, you were just learning on the job. Obviously there were some errors and mistakes that you learned from. So what are those mistakes for someone out there who would like to be an aspiring leader, who would like to be a leader,
Mistake leader maybe during not that communication, maybe from the mother body.
Sorry to cut you off. Which mother body? Sorry.
I mean mother body of our organization.
The organization referring to the EFF or this?
Yeah, I mean the EFF.
Was it your mistake or their mistake? Who was not communicating with who? I just need to get the context.
No, they were also when they were communicating in that way. But if they need favor, just because of they need a certain favor. So I think Rwanda mistake and because of that communication. That being actually mean when you address a problem, then Narabatusa, but when you very boutique. which is fine, cabo maybe. Among us, no problem. But I think we have that good communication from the mother body to the branch and SRC. Rather achieve a lot of things. Wants to assess no worry on how to embark one, but you need one about they know already. They know the struggle of the students. Then this one guy told maybe it was 7, but now I'm trying to more than that.
Sure.
Yeah, then the solution is different. Unravel does it in that way. Mara, I want a more now solution here. Then, nevertheless, you ramp up mistake rate on the and other thing you're I think the ometer any.
Okay, so how far are you willing to take your political career? Are you gonna maybe look for a job in the political space, or is your political journey going to end as soon as you vacate the office?
Now I am a politician. I'm the young Leon. The jungle belong to me.
Anyway. Sure. So okay. No, the reason why I'm asking is it Vukani Pambo? Now he's the chairperson of the EFF, the spokesperson of the EFF nationally. I knew him from 2015-16. He was one of those who were the forefront of the Fees Must Fall. You know, the legendary Makwarela. You know, whenever I speak about that man, I raise my hand. He's a compatriot, that man is a fighter. Yeah. So we owe him so much. So, man, without any further ado, man, thank you for your time, and I really appreciate you sharing these things with us. And I hope we have more conversations going forward, because I feel like we still have more to talk about. So, thank you, man.
Thank you very much, Mosh. The victory is certain. The victory is certain. And another thing, Shori, the struggle doesn't belong to those who are affected. I don't know who are affected, Yahweh. Let's concatenate the ideas, then Rebech Twishti, Rebe United, then Regakono will conduct those solutions about it because of experience.
Okay, you heard for yourself, so don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like and share. Social media, where can people get hold of you?
Martin Dokotela and na page ya Makwarela Campus 2021.
Okay, as you know, my name is Makwarela, and we've come to the end of the show. It was very intense. This man was revealing things that we were not aware of. So, yeah, see you in the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe. Voila.